Hello YouTube. I know, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I last made a long video, but I'm back and there's a lot to catch up on. First of all, today is November 14th, and from what I understand, a little while ago we had some kind of political event going on in the country. I don't know, it was an election or something, where the Orange Man has just won another term as president of these United States. I'm going to start off by saying that I called this one entirely wrong. For the last 5 or 6 months, I was on YouTube loudly proclaiming that Trump had no chance of winning the general election and that we should have gone with Nikki Haley. And wow, look what happened. But to be fair, I actually thought that he was going to be going up against Biden and not Kamala Harris. I did not anticipate Sleepy Joe dropping out of the race, and so I'll just leave that at that. And here we go again. I was a RFK Jr. supporter, and when he dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump, that was a little bit of a surprise. I was not going to vote for Trump, but there was no way in hell I was going to vote for Kamala. So here we are, and let's see what happens. I'm pretty excited to see that Trump has appointed or nominated RFK Jr. for Department of Health and Human Services, so we'll see what happens. What else is going on? I'm a little bit sleepy today because I had 6 or 7 vaccines today. And I'll explain why a little bit later, but I was at my local drugstore today and I had a tetanus, diphtheria, something pertussis vaccine, the Tdap. I had a flu vaccine. I had a hepatitis A vaccine. I had a hepatitis B vaccine. And I had a typhoid vaccine. Yeah, all of that. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. What else is going on? So back in September, we had our local shag dancing event here in the Grand Strand called SOS, the Society of Stranders. And it was the fall migration. They have a 10-day throwdown every year in the fall and in the spring, where thousands of shag dancers converge on little old North Myrtle Beach and have fun, fellowship, and shag dancing. And if you haven't checked it out already, I have a shag dancing video. It's approximately 3 minutes long that I uploaded 2 months ago, and it shows me dancing with my favorite partner, Pam. So check that out. I'll leave a link for it below. And in the month of October, well, okay, let me back up. Shortly after the shag dancing event was over, I turned 60. And so that was pretty exciting. And then in the month of October, my good friend Michael Sheen came over from England. He lives in Boston, Lincolnshire, England. And he is a BSA motorcycle fanatic. For those who don't know, BSA stands for Birmingham Small Arms. It was a British manufacturer of motorcycles. They made their last bike in 1972. I have a 1970 BSA Lightning A65. It's a 650cc motorcycle, and I'll put a picture of that in this video. And it had a few problems. And Michael has owned probably close to 100 BSA motorcycles in his lifetime, and he's been working on them and fixing them for probably 45, 50 years. So he's a genuine guru on how to maintain and fix these bikes. And and he knew I was a little bit stuck and was dumping money into this bike, taking it down to various shops in the area. So he said, you know what, how about I just come over from England and I'll stay with you for 2 weeks and we'll get this thing going. The effort was really strong. We got a lot done on the bike, and then the second to last day he was here, we discovered that the cylinder base was bad, as were the pistons and rings. There was one piston on the right side that was losing compression, and we did not have time to order parts or to fix that, so that's one remaining item that needs to be fixed on that bike. But thank you very much to Michael. He got to experience Bike Week here in the Grand Strand, and it was quite eye-opening for him, because they don't have anything like that in England. And we got to spend a lot of time at Captain Archie's, which is my favorite hangout. Shout out to Billy Riggs, the owner and manager of Captain Archie's. And we got to hang out a lot there. I actually taught him how to make an old-fashioned with good old American bourbon. And he took that information home, and now it's his favorite drink. So thank you, Michael. Appreciate you coming out. Really enjoyed the stay. Thank you so much for the help with the bike. And we're going to get this last thing fixed on it and get it out on the street again. What else is going on? So I did make a reconciliation attempt with someone from my past, and it was a good attempt, but it ended up fizzling out. And that's probably about all I'm going to say about that, for obvious reasons. So, travel news. The reason I got these vaccinations was I am going to the Philippines. Yes, you heard it here first. This is breaking news. I have booked a trip in December, a 15-day trip to the Philippines. And the purpose of that trip is to scout out the possibility of finding future retirement locations in the Philippines. So you might ask, why the Philippines? Good question. Number one, it is an English-speaking country. The people there are known for being incredibly friendly and easy to get along with. For the most part, it's a very safe country, except for the southern portion of the province of Mindanao. So I'll be avoiding that area. And it's tropical weather. It's like only, I don't know, 10, 12 degrees above the equator. So it's beautiful weather all year round. They do have a rainy season and a dry season, but the temperatures remain pretty consistent year round. And I do not like cold weather. The other primary reason that I'm thinking of the Philippines, other than it being an English-speaking country and no language barrier, is that the cost of living is incredibly affordable there. You can live as an American or a Western expat that moves over to the Philippines. If you live modestly or comfortably within your means and you're careful with your money, you can have a very nice lifestyle over there for $1,700 to $2,500 a month. And that has a lot of appeal to me as I come close to my retirement age. I don't know for sure when I'm going to retire from my current job. It's either going to be at age 62 or 63 if I go to the Philippines, or if I don't go to the Philippines, then I'm going to work until full retirement age at 67. So the purpose of this trip in December is to be a scouting trip, to see if I like the country and to visit a couple of the locations from the expat videos that I watch, and see if I like those locations. I've kind of narrowed it down to 3 or 4 potential candidates for now. Of course, if I go over there and pick one of those as a home base, then I will explore the rest of the country and see if I like other parts better. But for the purposes of this trip, I'm going to visit the island of Bohol, and I'm going to spend a couple of days on Panglao Island, which is just off of Bohol, Alona Beach, I'm going to go see the Chocolate Hills. I'm going to visit the Tarsier Monkey Sanctuary. I'm going to spend a couple of days in the town of Cebu, and then probably head over to Negros Oriental on a ferry and visit the Dumaguete area and see what that's like. So I'll be there for 15 days, and I'll take lots of extensive videos while I'm over there to document some of my experiences. But I'm very, very excited about that trip. And that is the reason I had all those vaccines. And we're going to an Asian country. So the Centers for Disease Control has a list of recommendations for vaccines that you should get if you're visiting Southern Asia. And that's why I had them. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm very excited about that and look forward to more updates about that in the future. And finally, the news that I would like to talk about is that I have a bad addiction to BMW motorcycles. My current almost daily rider is a 2023 BMW K1600 GT. And I'll provide pictures of that within this video. And that is a very, very fast bike. It is 160 horsepower. It's a 6-cylinder shaft drive engine. And it supposedly has a top speed of 155 miles an hour, which I have never tried to get it up that high. Yeah. But it's not fast enough. Dang it, it's just not fast enough, and frankly stupid enough of a bike. So what did I do? I found a used 2015 BMW S1000 RR. That is their race bike, their sport bike. It is 199 horsepower, 200 mile an hour bike. I found that used. It's a 2015 model up at Bob's BMW Motorcycles in Maryland. And I just completed the purchase of that today, and I'll be bringing that home and adding it to the stable shortly. So now I've got 3 motorcycles in the garage: the BSA, the 23 BMW K1600 GT, and now this new S1000 RR. Pray for me, folks. Pray for me, because I'm going to have to learn how to ride this bike, which is basically an intercontinental ballistic missile on 2 wheels. Stupid power, stupid torque. But I'm going to be a very careful rider, and I've got all the appropriate gear necessary for riding a bike like that. And I'm going to take it very easy until I learn the limits of the bike, and more importantly, learn the limits of this rider. So that's the update for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate it. As always, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for future updates. And please like and comment on the video if you so inclined. Cheers.